Welcome to Strongest Style, a pro wrestling podcast. I'm your host, the living legend, Logan Hurston, and I'm of course joined by my co-host, the gimmick killer, Cooper Prater.
This is a message for Phil Brooks and Phil Brooks only. If you're not Phil Brooks, stop listening. Buddy, it's okay. We both made mistakes. All right. We were rash. We made some decisions we maybe shouldn't have. But look, I'm willing to set things aside, let bygones be bygones, if you are as well.
And he is a giant, the man with the greatest combination of last names in wrestling history, Mr. Jack Rhodes Dudley.
Blah, 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 blah.
He's reinvigorated by the spirit of Godzilla that I imbued in him with
He brought me
last
in,
weekend.
Brought me to the fold. It was the only thing keeping me alive after what happened that morning.
Oh, you guys did do all three in one day.
Well,
We did not.
one of us did all three.
Okay, yeah.
One of us did all two. The first two, that is. Yeah, no, I couldn't stay up the whole time, but I still had an amazing time. It was really much better than, watching pro wrestling, which I am feeling like I want to do less and less and less as the New Japan year rolls on.
Hey, join the big dub, brother.
New Japan is
To be kidding.
is the exact opposite of that Pacino clip. Once I think I'm out, they pull me back in. New Japan is once I think I'm in, they push me back in.
They pull me right back out.
They just shove you out the door.
Yeah.
They say no.
Oh my god.
It's like watching New Japan is like watching someone with Stockholm syndrome. Like
It really is.
Oh my god.
He's like,
it's my team.
He's like, it's so bad,
Genuinely
guys.
my team.
It's over. And then it's like, guys, new Renaissance era. We're back. We've never been more back. We've always been back. It's always been building. And it's like, it's never more over, bro. Everything's bad.
Give me like 5 minutes. There's a chance.
You're going to be saying, we're so back once the Dominion rolls around and Suji wins the belt bag.
After Jake Lee defeats ELP in the WQ match.
He actually should do that, actually. I agree.
The back-o-meter is entirely dependent on the silent gesture.
I love...
The rent gesture.
We can't say that out loud because if people don't know what we're referring to
reasons.
And think
yeah, it's true. I was like, that sounds bad.
Oh god.
It is funny that New Japan worked.
For context, it was an AI.
Yeah.
That had Jake Lee's nickname spelled wrong with the R.
What other one did they spell wrong? There was a couple.
It was Callum with a U. It was Cullum Newman was the other one.
Oddly enough, that fits him better than Callum. I think he looks more like a Cullum.
That's a Cullum if I've ever seen one. But it is funny that they booked like the worst Best of the Super Juniors ever, and then immediately went to book maybe like a worst match of the year contender in an ELP Jake Lee match at like their second biggest show of the year. They really are threatening. Like that match could be like unironically hilarious, like in a joyous way, or it's going to be terrible, and there's no in between.
It's going to be amazing. It might be okay if it's just like a sort of schlocky, walk and brawl match. It might be fine. It's not like they're expected to do anything crazy. We'll talk about it.
That's my biggest fear for that match is that it's going to be a walk and brawl.
Yeah.
I need some bullshit from that one.
We need the Galaxy gas.
Yeah, he needs to bring back the fucking what is it? Whip it. He needs to bring
Yeah. Nitrous oxide.
The Britt Baker spot. He's got to do that a lot.
It's
gonna be. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna make a movie.
He needs to like stuff the monkey into ELP's mouth. Bring the monkey back.
Yeah.
You don't like that one? He had enough He had enough socks getting stuffed into mouths during Best of the Super Juniors. He said, "I don't want anything stuffed into anything mouth." But yeah, welcome in. This is the news segment, and I've completely blanked out once again, even though I asked what the news was 5 minutes before we started recording. So I'm going to let you guys take it away.
Yeah. Cooper, I think you should go first. You teased it a little bit in the intro.
I sure did. A good friend of the show, Phil Brooks, CM Punk. At one time, my favorite wrestler of all time. Not currently. We've had irreconcilable differences that might be reconcilable depending on how he makes a decision recently. But apparently, word on the street is that Pepsi Phil has not been seen on WWE programming since the Raw after WrestleMania. Now, I am not, a time scientist or whatever, but that seems like a long time to me.
It seems like a mighty long time for somebody uninjured, supposedly.
Not injured, seemingly, getting, in fact, more jacked than ever, as we discussed in the last episode. Somebody who apparently just like fell back in love with his ex, was just enamored with how great the Federation is these days, and seemingly is committed to it to the long term. They have treated him very well so far in his return run. I would generally say, aside from the occasional humiliation rituals that is to be expected, but I'm sure they're paying him a more money than I'll ever see in my lifetime for all those, and they've given him several fake belts to carry around, and they gave him a little WrestleMania main event so that he would finally shut the fuck up about it. Seemingly, you would think things are all teed up in the Federation for Punk to stay in for the long term. But apparently, word on the street, and this is completely uncorroborated as of right now, the word on the street is that he was real tore up about some of these latest rounds of releases. In particular, I've seen people float around Kairi Sane. Apparently, he was really close with, and I guess was like rooting for her backstage or something. And so when she got cut, he was like, I guess, kind of tore up about it. I don't know that any of that's true whatsoever. And to be,
it should be true. It should be true because it's funny.
It should be. Yeah, absolutely. That, hey, maybe he can finally dispute that Hangman promo from way back when about workers' rights. But it shows that he actually does care a little bit. It is all jokes, and this probably does mean nothing, and he'll probably be back right after we say this. He's gonna be at Wembley. And I'm believing that until I see otherwise with my own two eyes. Until the lights go down in that stadium, I will still believe. And you won't talk me out of it. And so that's the news around old Punker.
It would be so good and so funny if this happened.
He's got it'd be poetic.
It would, yeah.
It's like it rhymes,
Oh yeah, it rhymes. I'm way more shocked, at the bullshit. Like they always say that he's not causing any drama and gets along very well with everybody. Even if he ends up coming back, I feel confident in the idea that there's at least some spice. Like that he's not softened completely. I want to believe that he's still got some fire up his ass,
I mean, that's kind of all he's good for.
Yeah, for the drama. I know. It's just he's a funny man. Um, maybe he'll come join Japan.
Yeah, that's the
There's
thing.
never been a better time.
Dude, imagine he became the new leader of House of Torture.
So sick.
I don't even want to talk Cooper out of it because I think it's funnier for him to believe and sit through Wembley Stadium.
You could try.
It would be like it would be so poetic though if his final match was Wembley, 2020 3? What's that?
2020, the first one, yes.
And then 3 years later he returns. Samoa Joe in tow.
You better. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Surprise G1 entrant. He's actually going on it.
Get him in there.
WB's actually won't release him, but they're going to send him on excursion to Noah for the N1.
Oh my fucking god, that's probably what it is. That's probably what it actually is.
Yeah.
He's got to lock up with Doc Dangley, brother. And Carl Anderson.
Sit under the learning tree of Naomichi Marufuji and learn some new moves.
He can learn a few things, some new counters, Go wrestle Mr. Smack Daddy. That'd be hilarious. And then we had some Stardom excursions. Or who was it missing 5-star Grand Prix, Jack?
Oh, yes. So, talk about this now. Stardom is sending a few of their women on little excursions. Young, old, they're just, they've got a big old roster, and it's fun to experience, especially when the roster clearly enjoys it. The two sort of vets that are going to be in America for a while. It's current IWGP Heavyweight Champion Syuri, who is no stranger to the American audience, but people did sort of comment last time that it was kind of a bit short. They were sort of hyping her up for Ring of Honor. I don't think it materialized, but maybe something more like that will happen. The other older woman in the, and by that I mean, they're not. Yeah, Hazuki, who is actually I think already showed up. Is she doing Owen?
She just had her first match on Collision for the Owen. Yeah.
She's already there. They just sort of formally announced it. I assume she's going to be sticking around for even. I saw I did a whole AEW photo shoot with her. So Sasuke actually is kind of funny. A funny one because there have been rumors similar to the
yes,
that she's been not vibing with Stardom management for a little while. So this might be, totally blind speculation. But she's been going on a lot of these trips. So I don't know if they just do it to keep her appeased, or if it's someday soon she'll be out of the company.
They did have, I know the FWC team that she has did a little brief kind of indie excursion run that seemed to, I think, kind of fuel a lot of that speculation. But yeah, she, I've seen the Stardom circles divisive opinions on Hazuki and her general vibe.
Oh, I think she's a fantastic wrestler. Let's not pay attention to drama.
Well, I think people will agree that she's a good wrestler. I think they just kind of from a fan perspective of one to see her either go up the card or go or whatever. So
yeah, that's certainly true. One time Logan asked me when I was watching Stardom what FWC stands for, and I did not know at the time, but now I know, Logan, if you want to know.
Oh, yes.
I learned it recently. FWC is sort of a broken English thing, but it means Fukuoka double crazy. They're both from Fukuoka. The W is a stand-in for the word double.
That's awesome.
Fukuoka double crazy.
That's
what it stands for.
That's up there with the greatest faction names of all time. Double crazy for the W is cinema.
Absolutely. The other two women that are going to on this little American excursion is one of my girls, the young sort of crown jewel, current future of Stardom champion in God's Eyes, Ronnie Yagami, Siri's little protege. So you can probably assume that they'll be tagging along a lot during this excursion, if not on actual shows, like with touring together and training together. So I think that for she's really good. She's sort of like a little mini Siri. So I mean, not broken out on her own that much yet, being so young in her career. But I think she's got a lot of potential. I think she's got the basics down. I love her little facial expressions. It's fucking fire. And the outfits are good and the matches are good. So watch out for her. And then actually, similar situation, Fuwa-chan, the famous influencer turned pro wrestler, is also Hazuki's student. So I guess they're both sort of tagging along with their apprentices. Fuwa-chan is really interesting. She's, we've talked about it before on the show. She's similar to Aaron Wolf in that she is a young, trainee in pro wrestling, but because of her outside fame, she's definitely being pushed at a higher level than other women might be at her age, like place in her career. She is really good. She's adapting fast. I most recently watched a match of hers where she faced Siri Anu at whatever the last was it at Queendom? Was it all the way back at Queendom? It might have been. I don't. No, I think that was. I think
no. At Queendom, she was in the big like multi-generation tag thing with like Shinobu Kandori and that stuff.
Oh, I'm thinking of the April, the stuff. So they both call it that, but yeah, back at Dream Queendom, she was doing something else. This was that was really great, and I look forward to seeing what she can do. This is like makes a lot of sense to send someone like her on an excursion who really has very little experience to the wider pro wrestling world. So that does mean that they will all be missing the 5-star Grand Prix this year, which is sad for a couple of them. I mean, like I said, I really love all 4 of these women, and it's especially surprising to see Siri out, who is kind of a staple of those sorts of things. That being said, like I mentioned, the Stardom roster is pretty huge right now. So I don't think it'll be like... I don't think they'll be scraping, They'll have to be bringing in a bunch of outsiders to make up for it, I guess I should say. They've got plenty of women to fill those spots. And they always have to cut a few anyways.
Plenty of B. Priestley wins to be had.
Oh, man, yeah. That's so exciting.
Terrorism.
B is as bad as ever.
There was a time when there was a glimmer where she might have been something,
Yeah,
I remember that. I remember that WCPW
6 years ago.
Her versus Nixon Newell match. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Man. Yeah.
We'll always remember the one good match the person had. What a great prospect!
It does stick with you.
Hey, even a broken clock is right twice a day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, that's fair. I don't even think she's that bad. She's just like in ring. I don't think she's that bad, but she is fucking grating, isn't she? Something about her, I don't know, just gets on my nerves. And she's not like I actually enjoyed the obvious. Like she was obviously going to eventually turn, but I liked her little run in Stars as a babyface better than I do now, where she's just back doing her same old shit as the Thekla replacement in Hate, or Tekla, sorry.
Thekla.
Yeah, I had it in my head. I was like, just, so yeah, that's a little nugget for the Stardom fans. I'll talk more about Stardom later. Because we're on the road to a pay-per-view of theirs too, the Conversion. When we go on over to the island of Japan, we'll have a lot to talk about there. A lot more exciting stuff than what's happening in fucking Nuge. Speaking of Nuge, Shun Skywalker, the long-time top guy of well, not long time, but for the past few years, arguably the top guy in Dragongate, is going on his final tour with the company and will be leaving, I believe, August 3rd. I don't know enough. I should have researched this if we're going to make a big segment out of it, but I don't know what exactly spurred this, if he lost a match or if he just sort of announced it out of the blue.
I think I don't.
It was
Cooper,
not.
Logan Dale?
It was not storyline.
Yeah.
Driven at all. They didn't. Yeah, they didn't. They didn't even really try to kayfabe it whatsoever in Dragongate, as far as I know. It seems as though, and this is from, I think, coming from Dragongate's main English commentator, Jay, that essentially it's kind of the same deal as like the Dia thing, but like less messy. It's just like there's not really much else for him to do. Or not. Well, not same deal as the Dia thing. It's the same deal as like the Shingo thing. From when Shingo left.
Sure.
Whereas like he had gotten to the top spot. He hasn't been in that real top spot for like a couple years now. They've been experimenting with a bunch of different people to try to really come. Like they've tried Madoka Kikuta, who they've sent over to All Japan for a little bit, and he's held like their top belt for a while now. They Dragon Gate is in a weird spot where like a couple years ago, not even that long ago, they were super hot, especially like in Korakuen, like with like the real like hardcore Japanese wrestling fans, and they have seen their momentum, I think, kind of crawl to a halt in a faster time than just about any other Japanese promotion, aside from, I guess, maybe New Japan. I don't know. And so a lot of the guys there, I think, are just feeling sort of listless and like maybe there's not much to do.
Yeah, I get that. And especially, a place like Dragon Gate, which is kind of known and lauded for being almost like its own little corner of the wrestling world, which is a bonus in a lot of ways, but at the same time, like you said, I mean, they're not bringing in a ton of new guys, and they're not building up a ton of new guys, and they're not, like they're kind of, a guy like Shun, who's been there forever, would definitely end up feeling like he's kind of spinning his wheels. I mean, there's only so many stories you can tell with the same core roster. And I know, I've heard at least, that Shun is a guy who seems to care a whole lot about sort of having a unique and evolving story, almost more than anyone in the Japanese scene. People say that he's kind of very much a lore wrestler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I can imagine wanting to sort of build on yourself in another environment, whether it's New Japan, whether it's the States, or just freelancing or whatever. Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Being said,
I mean, I was just to kind of, just to kind of compound on the frustrations amongst Dragon Gate fans, at least. I mean, I remember hearing for at least like the past 3 years, as I've been kind of tangentially, dipping in and out of them. I'm very much out right now. I've this is coming from somebody who has not watched a Dragon Gate show in well over a year. But I remember hearing from like when I was first starting to tap in, fans just clamoring for them to really finally like push and get behind KZ as like their top guy.
Yeah.
And which is like understandable, I guess, from an outside perspective. He was like by far, aside from Shun, like the most charismatic dude on the entire roster. He, on the couple of American events that he would show up on, he was always like the standout in whatever little multi-man thing that, the American promotions put him in. And fans were really hot for like, okay, let's get a KZ title run. And it just never fucking happened. And he was always, elevating, other guys to get to that top spot that fans weren't as into. So, I think if you're a wrestler in a promotion like that, you have, just really two options. Either you stick it out and, maybe you get a thank you run like Goto, right? Or you say screw it and let's just try to have a little bit of fun for a little bit. Both of those I think are valid ways to go about it, and it's pretty clear which way that Shun is going. I mean, you could tell which way Shun was going to go for a little while if you know anything about him. So,
yeah. I do think I should say, I said in the last thing that whether he goes, anywhere, like whether he goes to New Japan, goes freelance, goes to the States, but it is worth pointing out actually that he is rumored as of today by people sort of, I'm doing air quotes, but in the know, that he will go to New Japan, which is why we're leaning so heavily towards talking about that. The people who do the main sort of Dragongate pod in the Voices of Wrestling Network and all the podcasting, because who the fuck else does a Dragongate podcast? The Open the Voice Gate folks have apparently heard from a few people now that he's angling to go to New Japan. And as a New Japan fan, I will say, before we close this chapter, I think that it is probably a really good get for them. The same way, I said that about the last couple of guys that they were rumored to be taking on, who they might still be for what it's worth. We just got done with a month-long tournament where they weren't going to debut any more people. So, Abe and Daya definitely are probably still on the way eventually. Just got to wait and see. Shun is probably I think he will fit into New Japan even better than those guys with how sort of character and, almost sports entertainment-y modern New Japan is. I think especially he's a good get because we really need new top heels. And I hope, Shun is a Dragongate guy, so there's always that tendency to put him in the juniors. But he's pretty tall and stocky, so I wouldn't be surprised either. And I'd be hopeful that he ends up as a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 6 foot tall, and it's every time I watch him, I'm like, there's no way. So I would like to see him be in the heavyweight division if he comes over immediately, because one of the things that's difficult in the heavyweight division right now, as I've talked about it before, there's not really any top heels besides Newman, and that was just a guy who was sort of strapped the rocket on him and took him to the top immediately without, proper build-up or fan investment. So he's still a work in progress. And Narita is, flopping and stuck in the mid-card. So, and Sonata, is cool, but he's also a mid-carder and injured. Evil left, Takeshita is not really heel-leaning anymore. So there's just no one to fill that void. And Shun has sort of become famous for being this very over-the-top, maniacal, like I said, deep lore kind of heel. I think he'd fit in well. I think really what I think is that I'd love to see him come in and just take over the house because the Narita thing isn't working and he's already so, HOT coded as a wrestler. So that's what I'd be most interested in seeing him do. Either way, just more top heels is definitely a good thing for New Japan and more big names too. I'm looking forward to it.
The thing we didn't really mention much of is, when we talked about quitting and that wasn't storyline, it's because there wasn't entirely sure if he was quitting or not, because much like Evil, he has threatened to quit Dragongate in storyline multiple times. And, again, if you go back to Purge Night of Torture, the House of Torture Produce show. Who did Evil Wrestle? But Shun Skywalker.
Oh, wow.
And
That was such a good show, man. They gotta do that at Courage Night.
Shun, other than obviously like Team 2000X and Ozawa and Noah, has been the most I am a House of Torture guy, not in House of Torture. And if they do put him in heavyweight, I mean, like, I don't see why they... I don't know. Like, he's not either... It's one of two things if he's going to New Japan. He's either going to be in House of Torture or he's going to be in his own new faction.
Start his own unit.
Yeah. Because, like, there's no way you put him with... I mean, maybe UE, but I don't see that at all. You don't... You're not...
And Jake would have to battle for dominance.
True.
Of who's the biggest little freak.
And, like, he's not going to be in a babyface thing. Definitely ain't going to be in TMDK, brother. I can tell you that. Not Hantai. It's got to be the House or he's like, we get in a whole new faction. It's one of the two. But, yeah, I'd be interested to see. I'd love for him to just take over the House. I think that'd be interesting. Especially since they're not going to give it to Sonata. So...
Are you telling me that there's not a space in Unbound Company for Shun Skywalker?
I don't think
you would fit. Yeah.
But keep Unbound Company's name out your mouth, man. That's a good unit. They got Robbie X in there.
They got Robbie X.
They got Robbie X. He's the next big thing, according to Ospreay.
Good point.
I'll kill you.
Yeah, so I guess, we all agree Shun would be a big get. We can't, like I said, expect to see him until at least after the G1 because he is touring with Dragongate until August 3rd, in the middle of it. Where we want to go next?
Some AEW.
Shall we take a plane over to the States for a bit?
Oh, okay.
Over to our homeland?
Going domestic.
Yeah. Pretty interesting things happening over in the dub. I don't know if you know this, but it was a pretty stacked Dynamite, I would say, and a less stacked, but I would say still enjoyable Collision. I will get to. I unfortunately could not collide live, as I was seeing peak cinema with my friend and associate, Mr. Dudley, over here. But I did catch up. Don't you worry. You will be getting a Collision Minute on this episode. Just you wait. But we're going to go chronological. We're going to start off with Dynamite here. So, my first note about this Dynamite. Mm-hmm. Too many little talky segments before the
matches.
The first match here.
Yeah.
I could have cut two of these right off the bat. I wouldn't have had either of the Renee Paquette catching up with Roosh, and Andrade coming in and giving him a little pep talk about remember who you are and remember this is what you do this for and all that sort of thing. But I will say this first match, the AEW World Championship with MJF defending against Roosh with no countouts. Mm-hmm. I really loved it.
Me too.
It is not match of the year.
Yeah.
Quite, I don't think. But man, oh man, is Roosh not just the fucking man? I understand in my heart of hearts this is the first and only time probably that he's going to get a shot at this belt. But man, I just, he brings such a different vibe to things that I think he's such a great asset. And, we'll get into it a little bit. But Max, I think, knew that he couldn't, do his standard bullshit with him. and had to get more clever to get around it. And I really appreciated that part of the work here. Logan, did you watch this opening match?
I watched all of Dynamite.
You watched all of Dynamite, finally.
What do you mean, finally? I watched it all last week, too. Well, except for the Jericho match. But, no, I mean, this rule, man, I don't know what you want me to say. Roosh is, like, I would say the most over guy, but we say that every week. He is one, I would say, in this crowd. I mean, they love this guy.
Oh, yeah.
I lost it at the moment when they were gonna do doctor stoppage, and Roosh's head butted.
Yes.
I was like, he looks like $1 million. I mean, again, it's like, I think we mentioned it last week, and it was kind of the same sentiment I have, which is like, I love this type of match. I love these two wrestlers working together. I know my boy has no shot of winning, and that does kind of put it...
Not a chance in hell.
And it does kind of put a damper on, because he is the most, like, please do something with this guy. And it's like, maybe you'll do something, and then we never do, kind of thing. Like, the fact that he hasn't just won a singles title, like, the most he's won is, like, the Ring of Honor tag team titles, like, once since being signed, is... I don't care if you are worried that he's not going to play ball. He's under contract. Just like, at a certain point, you got to set him loose. Like, again, you don't have to make him world champion. Like, though I would like that, I'm being realistic, but, like, the fact that he hasn't gotten, like, a TNT title reign or, like, been national champion, like, they should have given that to him over Ricochet for the first champ. Even though I think it was cool to see Ricochet get it. You know, like, Jungle Jack Perry has been a national
what are we doing?
And a TNT champion. Like, and you can't give it to Roosh? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I'm hoping this leads to something, but I'm not holding out hope. So I'm not.
No, well, what this is leading to is an Andrade match.
True, yeah.
with Max. That I imagine Roosh will not be involved in, even though he probably should be. But, dude, another great part about this match. They lent in to one of my favorite aspects about Roosh, which is how fucking great he looks when he's bleeding.
Yes.
An all-time bleeder, I think Roosh is. And man, the shove into the exposed turnbuckle, which by the way I think really good, tricky heel work from Max. I think it worked in a realistic way, getting him into that spot. I think it, and the way he Max just keeps working on the cut after, really, really great stuff. And just go and watch this. If there's a reason why they put it first, is because I think they clearly wanted the most people possible to get a look at this one, and they were right. So then, unfortunately, as we all knew, Roosh did not come out of this match your new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. He did not get pinned, because of course he didn't. And he did not even submit, because of course he didn't. Instead, he passed out in a kind of makeshift label lock kind of thing. Max had, sort of been working over Roosh's arm and shoulder for a little bit, and he applied that sort of face lock in and got him on the ground. And so then the ref calls it, and MJF is about to continue his assault on Roosh by hitting him with the triple B. But who should run to the ring but Logan?
I'm gonna let you say it. I'm blanking out, I'll be honest.
I was testing you. It's Mark Briscoe.
Oh yeah. Wait. Oh, this is the promo. I forgot. For some reason, I'm thinking it's later in the show. Let me pull up the Dynamite thing. I'm be honest. I watched this immediately after we recorded last week, and it is like,
yeah,
it is
too far back.
It is faded, yeah, too much. The Doc Dangley has taken over my mind in the last week, so.
We skipped over your Doc Dangley news segment.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll get to that.
That's fine.
We'll get to that.
We're not gonna go over to Japan for a little bit now. So, but yeah, the conglomeration and Briscoe, they're all running out there, and they clearly make it well known that I think Briscoe is, if not directly next in line for a title shot, certainly in the line of succession here. So, I mean, I'm sure that'll be a good match. Briscoe and Max have had really great matches before, so I'm into it. This led into directly the next match, which I thought was really good pacing here, between Briscoe and
the Blackheart,
our new favorite little freak, Blackheart Leo Rush. My new favorite little
I'm
freak.
about to say, I'm still like, look, I'm happy for Leo, but I saw a clip of him tagging with Okada in New Japan. I'm like, we used to have it all, man. We used to have it all. Now he's bald.
Back in the day.
Whatever. Look, I cannot say that I am of impeccable taste, but there's something about him that I just can't help but like. I like that he came out in his crew tights, or actually it was trunks. It was crew trunks, which I think have to be new, because I don't ever recall him wearing trunks when he was actually tagging with actually Andretti. So at first, what might have been a gear mishap, I think might be actually an intentional character thing of these different aspects of Leo Rush clashing with each other. I know that this is thrilling storytelling for you guys.
Okay, I'll say this, and I saw someone say it online, and I kind of agree. I do feel like there is something to this Leo Rush. It's building to something. What it is, God knows. But like the way he's talking,
I think it's building to him being in the conglomeration, brother.
No. Like I mean,
Leo Rush AEW Championship run.
Leo Rush sees something in somebody in the AEW roster that we don't see. He's seeing Malachi Black return. That's what he's seeing. Mal Black. No, but like I think it's like the way they've been presenting a lot of like the backstage promos and stuff. And like some like, he's watching, or he's like, Bane. It makes me think it's leading to some, I don't know, maybe it's the gift of foresight. But maybe I'm just talking out of my tail. But I feel like it's leading to something. It's building to something dumb. We're going to be underwhelmed by whatever it is. But it's building to something.
Logan, I think you're wrong. It's not right.
It's building to him the conglomeration. That's what it ultimately is.
I mean, what else could it be? Hey, look, he's coming off of a faction breakup or a team breakup. That's what the conglomeration's there for, The
Hantai of the West.
Yeah. So this match was whatever. I didn't really care all that much. They did dueling, yelling at each other at one point. And Briscoe does his little Cactus Jack, bang bang, and let's see, what was it? He gets Leo up into the cutthroat driver for the win here, and then this is where Briscoe makes his intentions clear to get a AEW World Title shot, and I thought that this was an interesting promo. He called MJF a moist ass bitch.
Oh,
at one point.
you're burying the lead for this promo. So
I am in fact burying the lead.
Let me. Okay, so Briscoe starts giving his promo, and he talks about like, you know, his brother's death, and now, you know, a week later his brother's birthday, instead of eating cake, he was doing his AEW entrance alone. It felt wrong, and then he missed a friend's conglomerate, you know, and all this stuff. Big babyface promo. He talks about beating Max before, and he says, "Max, you call yourself the devil? Well, Big Hebrew, tell me what this tattoo reads." And it has like scripture on his, or
he's got a brand new tattoo.
Yeah, and he said, "It means child of God. And if you ever read that book, you know what that means. You lose." And then he goes, "Max," he said, "now quit being scared and give me a title shot, you moist ass bitch." Immediately after, immediately after saying all the godly stuff, calls him, which, you know, I guess irony is not left on Mark Briscoe, has left Mark.
Well, you know, the Delaware education system is not, I think, the best in the world. But
I did think it was a good line, and then it was immediately undercut it.
That is the duality of Mark Briscoe.
But that's kind of why I love him. You gotta love chicken, man. It is like, yes. It irks. Sometimes we can have too much of a good thing. And the ways that I'm saying, like, I feel like, you know, we're getting the Andrade match at Forbidden Door. I feel like we're getting the Kenny match at Redemption still. So if that is true, and it may not be, but if it is, you know, we have Forbidden Door, Redemption, and then All In, correct? If I'm wrong?
Yes, that is the order.
Where does this Briscoe match lie? I mean, we're getting Briscoe at Redemption.
On a Dynamite?
On a Dynamite? Are we getting it at Forbidden Door? Or we get, like, maybe they don't do that, maybe they do that. Like, either way, as interested as I am seeing these two wrestle again, and like as much as I would love to see Mark get a short world title reign, I know it's not going to happen. And like, I don't know how much we're going to get a build at this match. And maybe they do it at Redemption, and Kenny just doesn't get the title, and MJF holds it and wrestles Ospreay at Wembley, which is a very realistic thing. But, you know, I don't know. I'd be shocked.
I think it's just a between pay-per-views TV feud.
Okay.
You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You need those kind of things to bridge the gaps. So.
Mm-hmm.
So up next, I'm gonna skip over the Jet Speed video package.
Yeah.
It was well done though. Next we get the AEW Women's World Champion, the Toxic Spider Thekla. As Jack knows her.
Thekla.
She came out with the Sisters of Sin by her side, and she had mentioned that she was fired from Stardom. I don't know if you knew this, but she left Stardom. While she was in Stardom, she was called the Idol Killer.
Yes,
because she did not like all of these little idol wrestlers that were running around over there, and she decided to burn it all down to the ground, and that she would come over to AEW and do the same thing. She lays out the game plan for the Triangle of Madness, which is that Sky Blue wins the Owen,
mm-hmm.
which, I mean,
it's gonna happen.
It's a possibility. There's a non-zero chance that happens. Julia Hart has to win the TBS title again, which I guess there's also a non-zero chance of that happening, but I don't know.
Please.
And Thekla has to defend her belt at Forbidden Door. She does not call out anybody in particular, but rather what she does, and Jack, you'll really love this.
What's up?
Julia Julia Hart and Sky Blue have gotten a ladder out from the back. They've set up this ladder by the LED board in the entrance ramp. And so that board has the Forbidden Door logo on it. All right?
Yeah.
And as you'll recall, the Forbidden Door logo has the logos of all the companies lined up at the top of it.
I'm
So
well aware.
So they set up this ladder. Tekla climbs the ladder over the Stardom logo portion of the Forbidden Door logo. And she does a little, promo talking about she doesn't care, who it is or where they come from, but that she is declaring death to Stardom. And she gears it up and launches a big old spitball right at the logo. So there's your Forbidden Door match.
Sure.
I assume Tekla versus
somebody.
the entire roster of Stardom.
Oh. Okay.
So
I
get
would
into it.
honestly, I would like to see that.
Yeah.
I've got no problem seeing her versus the entire roster. That'd be interesting to watch.
Yeah, man. I guess we can get Ruaka maybe as AEW Women's World Champ.
Good walking. No, no, I don't want that. Yeah. I mean, I'm interested, I guess, to see who gets brought over to Forbidden Door, just because I'll probably be watching it. It has at least the name of promotions I watch on. Yeah, I mean, I was one of those mini Stardom fans who started to find her shtick very annoying and her match is not all that good. But I've heard, that she really makes it work in America, so I'll be tuning in, not as a pessimist, but as a, prove it to me kind of thing. I'm interested to see if y'all are correct. She is more interesting to me in the States than she was in Hate. I doubt.
Well,
but we'll see. When is it? June 30th?
Yes, I believe so.
She's gonna face. We gotta finish the story. Taro Okada is gonna defend.
Assuming that Taro Okada is in the building,
he's gonna defend the honor of Stardom against Tekla.
He is not safe. That will be so fucking sick. Guys, I'm getting word that Evil won the number one contendership of the NXT Championship after the show started. I just felt like we needed to shouts out Evil. Naraka on the show. No, you're right though. I think that they should very much bring the big small man. Have a singles match on fucking a primetime AEW pay-per-view. That'd be really great. I would like to see her versus. I mean, I wouldn't, because I don't think it'll be a great match, but I would like to see, like, in theory, her against someone a bit younger, like Inaba, or maybe like Ida, or what's Hina or something. I don't know. It's a huge roster, so I mean. It could be anyone. It'll probably be a bigger name, though, just because it's Forbidden Door.
It'll probably be Hazuki, because she's already working with
It'll probably just be Hazuki.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Whatever they end up doing there, we'll have to wait and see. I guess they'll probably wait until, like, the Dynamite after or before the pay-per-view to announce it. But up next, we have a video package with the Death Riders, alongside their not officially a new member, but associate buddy, Will Ospreay, and Mox is giving Ospreay a real, inspirational kind of pep talk. He's starting to see the kind of killer that Ospreay can be, and he's setting up this match that he's got coming up with Mark Davis in the Owen tournament, and reminds him that this is a guy that he's matched up with before. That he knows very well, but he can't let any of these kind of thoughts get in his head going into it. He can beat him. He knows that he can beat him, once he beats Mark Davis, then Moxley will take care of all the rest of this Don Callis business that they've been building up for a little while now. So I imagine, I don't know, that the Don Callis stuff might end up. I was thinking about it a little while ago. They might very well do like a big stadium stampede style kind of like bullshit multi-man thing at All In maybe, to blow that off if they don't have like a big singles match planned for Mox at that show. Because he sets up in this promo, he's talking about the numbers games and everybody's kind of teaming up, and it's all like gang warfare in AEW now.
Sure.
So that could be a scenario, not necessarily one that I am interested in, but I guess it would be cool to have Claudio Castagnoli like punch Rocky Romero in front of me, I guess. So, but really more interesting, I think, would be just Mox at some point, because he does say in here that he's really starting to see it with Ospreay. I want to see Mox fucking take Ospreay out back. I want to see him
get scared, man.
I want to see him build up this man and from the ground up to humble him and take him back down a peg. Maybe that comes at the expense of an Ospreay title win if you want to get real cheap about it for the maximum heat. You probably shouldn't do that. I can't imagine this pairing going any other way than a feud between these two top stars of the company. But we'll see how that plays. Up next, we had the IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion Andrade El Idolo going up against DK Vandu.
What is this?
DK Vandu.
So close.
Okay, maybe if you say it a third time, I'll recognize.
Everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
DK Vandu.
That's actually the new version of the DKC.
They mixed up their DKs on the call sheet, but this went exactly how you go. And after Andrade hits the DM on Mr. Vandu, he grabs the microphone and he calls out the AEW World Champion MJF, and says that he did beat his best friend Roosh, but that how does he know that he can beat the real Latino man, Andrade?
I don't think you phrased that right.
I didn't, and it's because I didn't like it very much. We'll see how that goes. Up next, a segment that I've seen a little bit of division on from the AEW fandom, and I can see why. But so Don Callis comes over to the ring, accompanied by Jake something Doyle, and he's talking with Andrade. He says that he did a great job, and he is supporting him on his quest to the world title. But he had a brand new announcement that he has signed yet another wrestler to the Don Callis family. And who is it but that rat bastard, Kevin Knight. So Kevin is officially turned to the dark side. If in case there was any doubt from his attack on Speedball last week, truly there's just no redemption to be found in a pairing with Don Callis. I've seen some people worry about this because they think that the Don Callis family and Don himself and all this kind of stuff, they take up too much time and attention on AEW programming, and they think that Kevin will just kind of get lost in this shuffle of guys that the family has going on all the time. I think that is a presumptuous worry to have, because they're within the Don Callis family, as we have seen, because there are so goddamn many of them. There is a hierarchy to be had. I don't think that Kevin Knight is going to be in the Don Callis family B team with fucking RPG Vice and Lance Archer and shit. Like, I think he's going to be, more in the top ranks with, the Okadas and the, I don't know, Andrades of that group.
Kyle Fletcher's.
Kyle Fletcher, yeah. They clearly, I think, have big plans for Kevin, and Don had mentioned that he is all aboard making Kevin jet 2 belts, as he declared himself at some point. So I would not take the pairing with Don Callis to mean that they are going to cool down a heel Kevin Knight. If anything, I think it's quite the opposite.
I agree. Sorry. I was just saying I agree, and I know again we always sort of joke about me not being an avid watcher, but I really do like the Don Callis family and the whole thing with it. I think that people nowadays kind of, I mean, it's like I probably have mentioned it before on the podcast even, but I just like the sort of retroness of it. The idea that a guy can get heat just by joining with Callis, and it doesn't change, like you said, it doesn't change all that much about everything else they're doing. It's not like the Don Callis family is the most like tight-knit faction ever. I mean, they stand by each other, but they also all do their own thing. It's just a great way to take a guy to the next level, get them a little bit more heat than they had otherwise, and get them a good mouthpiece. Even if Callis is can be fucking annoying, he still I think does his job well, and so I'm a fan of it. I'm a big fan of Knight. I like you said, Cooper. I think that this says a lot more about them perceiving him as a big star rather than trying to cycle him down.
Yeah, I think there's just like, as a storytelling device, I think having a faction like that is so helpful to a weekly TV show.
Yeah.
Like they're the like Skeletor in his crew.
Right. Yeah. It's exactly like that.
Right.
I'm indifferent about it. Not because of like I'm worried about him getting lost in the shuffle of the Don Callis family. Is the Jet, like, he's not going to get lost. He's the TNT champion. He's not just a guy joining a group. He's a champion joining the group. It's more of just, and this is a thing, I wish they would have waited on it. I don't think necessarily him moving to the Callis family is a bad move. I think the Callis family is a very strong faction right now. They're a faction of winners, like they've always presented all over the show. Like, you're going to have TV time. Even if you're in the slums, like RPG Vice and Lance Archer get a lot more TV time now than they did before. The thing about me is the ending of the pay-per-view, with Kevin Knight taking out Darby Allin and really standing on his own in that decision. And in the first promo where he stood on his own, I think it's interesting having a heel that's not faction affiliated, like having someone more of akin like an MJF. And so I would have liked to see them let Kevin try it out for a month or so. And if it wasn't working out, then you can always just, pull an emergency, throw him in the Callis family. But I think doing it so quick is just like, it seems like you don't have fully faith on him to like strike out on his own for me. I was like, I would have liked to at least see them try it for a month or two. But it's fine.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I can see that point too. Just sort of feel like, like I said, I think if he went and joined like a group like the Death Riders, and had to sort of fit his whole shtick into theirs, that would be something else. But I think, Don Callis Family is a very hands-off unit. So I think that he'll be able to mostly continue as if it didn't happen, just with,
everybody is an individual.
So you're stupid and wrong is what I meant to say. No, sorry. Fight. I totally get where you're coming from.
So that promo did lead into the big blow off from the Angle last week. The match between Jet Speed brothers, Speedball Mike Bailey, the Jet Kevin Knight. Jet Speed explodes on Dynamite, and this was really good.
Yeah,
I thought. I expected kind of nothing less from these two. It's clear they know each other extremely well. I did not really dig the kind of Doyle Callis distraction part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I never really do enjoy that aspect of Don Callis Family matches, and that is maybe the one thing that I am worried about with joining up with that team, is making that a more reliant feature of Kevin's matches, because I don't think he needs it. But I also don't think that Kyle Fletcher needs it, and I don't think that most of the members of the family need these constant kind of interference spots to get heat. But that being said, I thought that the action beforehand was still more than enough to keep the crowd invested. I mean, the crowd was super anti Kevin here. Constant chance of you sold out at him, but yeah, him and Bailey have just such a natural kind of like flow with each other. It feels like they've been wrestling each other for years. But the Jet gets the win here, not with that famous UFO splash of his, but with the Uranagi that he planted Speedball with last week. So that's an interesting choice of finish for him as his heel finish. I think if they want to keep doing that, I would maybe keep it as a signature, just because I think the UFO splash is so goddamn spectacular. He should do it regardless of his alignment. Let the crowd cheer for it. I don't care.
But again, taking that away is something like, this hurt.
Yeah, I don't care. I understand, but I did like that. Speaking of just how much of a prospect and talent Kevin Knight is, I can't put him over enough. I have to put over my Spirit Pro roster members over here. So his promo after this match here with Don, where he calls him Don Perignon.
Good.
That's money. You can't teach that kind of stuff, man. So now we get into a stretch of the show here that I think we probably could have cut, which is this. Okay, make your case, Logan, because I got pause. I got the hand right in the middle of me about to go into this.
Because you said, you really gonna cut the bring the 40s to work day segment with the dogs?
You're goddamn right, I am. Because it was not very good. And
I don't care.
I think the dogs are fucking lame-ass losers. And I don't really dig with their whole thing right now.
Cooper, you had the perfect diss. You could have said the dogs are dog. Fill in the blank. You know what?
Dog shit.
That's what I'm saying. You had it there. And I'm like, that would have been a bar. That's like a Kevin Knight type bar.
But the thing is calling them dog shit to rhyme with their name would be like giving too much effort to this team that I don't think deserves it. So I think lame ass losers is more fitting for them, because it's also indicative of how they've been used on AEW television for their entire career. But and also the Young Bucks, in particular Nick Jackson. I understand that the internet is a very large portion of the AEW fan base. I would love if we didn't book a feud or a match for the express purpose. I'm convinced. You cannot tell me otherwise that this whole program with the Dogs and the Young Bucks was not booked specifically
just so we could say the stupid
so that
thing. Yeah.
Nick Jackson could say on television, "What the Dogs doing?
What the dog doing?"
I
Dude.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna cut that shit.
You say this, right? And
I am in fact saying it.
And I understand your point, right? But if I'm Nick Jackson, and the meme is, Jey Uso says yeet, right? And wins the world title. And then we see Yo adopt YOLO and win Best Super Juniors and seemingly win the junior title.
Yes.
You gotta at least try it. You give it the old college try. You can't blame a guy. You can't. You gotta see what happens. At a certain point, you have to see it through.
That's really, now that you mention it, maybe the reason why Speedball lost in that match was because he didn't mention that the fajitas came out sizzling beforehand. Maybe that's what it was.
The Young Bucks, they just do whatever nowadays.
True. They're coasting for the rest of their careers, brother.
They'll drop a banger every once in a while for fun, but yeah.
My thing is, I'm fine with this because when they're just doing schlocky, just memeing stuff, that's when I'm like, okay, I don't have to invest in a Young Bucks heel run or babyface run. I'm fine with them doing just PWG stuff and BTE for a while because it makes them more coasting, and that's why I need a break from them for a while. So it's them doing this is keeping them being a perennial tag team, even though they're still feuding for the number one contendership. We also need to get a mention that. Something I wanted to mention about this Jet Speed match is I understand the immediate need to break up and do this match, but I kind of wish they would have saved this for a pay-per-view. I also kind of wish, and my point,
I do get that. I think I had this feeling while I was watching it that it was chapter 1.
Yeah.
In the Jet Speed rivalry,
Mm-hmm. Or imagine if instead of Don Callis, if they want to, I think they could do a couple things to tweak that segment for me to like it a little more, which is you could do that first match here. Instead of Don Callis introducing Jet and then getting involved, you could see Jet do it, struggle. He keeps going up for the UFO, missing it, Speedball gets out of the way, has him scouted. And then Don Callis come down or Doyle, distraction, then into the Uranagi. to more of an emphatic, heel thing. And then that's the input of, like, he's joining the Callis family. And you do it less than, like, the normal, like, big brooding man standing at the ringside for the Callis family. And,
Right.
And it would have been a more interesting thing than just immediately have him join. Or, again, you could have done that match on a pay-per-view as the first chapter and same kind of result, But whatever. It's fine. It's not bad. Like, again, like, none of this is bad. I just think it could be...
This does actually, now that I'm thinking about it, raise an interesting question. So Redemption, that's coming up, is in Quebec, I believe.
Yeah.
In Canada, which is Speedball's hometown, or home territory, I guess. So the natural matchup here is another Jet versus Speedball match. But are you gonna have Speedball lose in Montreal, in Quebec? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting.
I mean,
you could.
They had Cope and Cage lose in Toronto. They had Kenny losing.
That is right. They're not against it, I suppose. And I guess you'll get you'll even it out if Kenny wins the belt at that show.
Yeah.
So, never mind. We've booked the show for you. Tony.
There you go.
So I will accept.
Tony.
I'll take my check in the mail. Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
Up next, in the Owen Hart Women's Tournament quarterfinals, we had New Japan Strong Women's Champion Alex Windsor. In case you didn't know that she was a New Japan champion, going up against the wild card, since unfortunately Willow Nightingale got injured, and so we had to come up with some sort of replacement. Who could it possibly be? There's any number of choices, gentlemen. Logan, he already did it. For the audio listeners, Logan was doing the sexy dance the whole time. It's the CEO of AEW, Mercedes Moné, making her grand return after getting her face smashed in a cake. Last time, I believe, was when we saw old Mercedes in AEW. She has had a couple of matches on the various independents that she won her many belts from, and she proceeded to lose all of those belts on those independents, and including losing her CMLL Women's Championship to Persephone, and that will come into play later on. So now I believe the last belt that she has is that Owen Hart Cup tribute belt that she won last year. It doesn't really count, but I think that she has been kind of broken a little bit by it. So she'll take what she can get. But yeah, she makes her grand return here. New remix of the theme song. I think it cut out the Dvorak World Symphony portion of it and has replaced it with a more standard kind of hip hop beat behind it. The crowd was very happy to see her. She looks great. I think that this return look was kind of like an all-timer for her. She's got sort of like red and white kind of hair dye going on. And I think she put up a fucking great match here with Alex Windsor. I thought this match was really cool. I'm like, it's really just obvious to me at this point that when Mercedes is on TV, she is automatically the best women's wrestler on any roster that she's on.
Best wrestler, maybe. Yeah,
perhaps best wrestler. Certainly the most compelling. I will say that, even if you don't find her in ring work strictly, fascinating as a character. You can't look away from her, and the great thing with pairing her up like a talent like Windsor, who obviously is more of a kind of like hard hitting kind of striker, in much the same way that Chris Statlander is. I always just love her pairing with those kinds of wrestlers. It really gives her a chance to show off what like a bump freak she is. But she was pretty dominant for large portions of this match as well. So she gets her hits that backstabber that she rolls over into the statement maker, and Windsor taps. So no husband and wife the double championship win at Wembley for me, which I am excited about. I didn't want that anyways. We'll see how the CMLL Women's World Champion Persephone or Hazuki fares against the CEO in the semifinals match. So,
awesome,
gentlemen.
Yes.
Oh yes, yes, Logan. You think awesome?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were all kind of like, is this Mercedes kind of thing? Like, I think most people were like, once this was a wild card situation, kind of predicting it to be Mercedes, especially since like you lost Tony. Mercedes has been gone since January at this point. It's been 5 months, and you now lose Willow, who a lot of people thought was the odds-on favorite to win this tournament. And Mercedes felt like a break in case of emergency. There was some stuff like maybe she was just taking time off because, again, she had kind of carried the women's division for a year and, was wrestling on Dynamite and had these things like almost every week, plus doing all these indies. Some people thought there were rumors of other things that we're not going to mention because they obviously weren't true. Some people said maybe she was injured for some things, maybe something in personal life. But either way, I'm very happy to have the CEO back. I'm very happy that, because the longer she was away, the more the pedophiles were like, she's coming home. She's tired of AEW. She's coming home. I'm so glad to shut those people up. You don't realize how much you miss someone until they're gone, and especially when you have them back and you're like, yes, this is what I've been missing.
Yeah, for sure.
And she looked very good on her return. That's all I have to say. I did think it was funny that Windsor gave the promo with Hater last week, which like, either way, the Brawling Birds are going to come out on top. They did not come out on top.
Not at all. In no way, shape, or form have the Brawling Birds come out on top. So I'm going to skip over the next 3 segments.
It's fair.
Of people talking in this show, because I didn't need any of it, and it was all pretty useless, I thought.
It's supposed to be wrestling. It's a wrestling show.
I know. You're telling me. So I'm going to get right into this main event match here for the Owen men's tournament. Little baby wannabe Death Rider Will Ospreay going up against Dunkzilla Mark Davis.
Yes.
In a rematch from a couple weeks ago. That match, I thought, where Davis won over a still recovering Will Ospreay, I thought was a match of the year. This match was not a match of the year, but it was very good.
I knew you were going to say that, you bastard. You wouldn't have led with saying the other one.
Look, if Davis had won, it might have been.
Yes, true.
But, that's the pattern here. It was good. It was a good match, though.
It was good.
Ospreay won with his shitty little armbar that Mox taught him. So
he did the pedophile special.
Yeah, they did not call it that. I don't think did they, on commentary, but people just know that that's the name.
The sex offender special. Sorry, I'm gonna rephrase that. But like, we should come up with we should start getting Excalibur if he starts doing that again to come up with like a new name.
Yeah, they probably won't. But
they just go instead of they just never mention the move.
Make a noise. That's fine.
This was the most like 98 Raw Dynamite main event in a long time, where you just
my god, yeah,
people just coming out, total bloodline rules type match,
Yes.
But it was fun.
Who was it in what order here? I did like I didn't care for the constant back and forth thing as a like just part of the match. I think it really distracted and took away from those two guys in the ring. But I did like that at least if they were doing it, they tried to like pair up sort of like who in the Don Callis family is kind of like the equivalent of who in the Death Riders. I thought that was a pretty fun little bit because like it was what was it Beretta and Clone come out, and then Garcia and Yuta. So it's like, okay, there's your like little small runt tag teams kind of going at it. And then of course Lance Archer pairs off with Claudio, which like that's okay, so that's your big brute kind of pairing going off. The one that doesn't really make as much sense from like a pairing perspective, but I thought was like just a good match that I want to see down the line. Pac and Brian Cage,
yes,
going up against each other. That was fucking hilarious. So and then of course the real one that led to the match that I most want to see, Marina Shafir versus Jake Doyle. Which I really liked their little interaction there. So, but yeah. So Fletcher comes out, drops Ospreay with a half and half suplex, and pulls that infamous Don Callis Family screwdriver out to try and stab old Billy. And then of course Konosuke Takeshita comes out and stops him. Ospreay hidden blades Davis twice to finally put an end to this this Bloodline Rules Dynamite. So it will be now, I believe, Ospreay versus
whoever.
Oh no, Ospreay just goes into the finals.
Winner of Swerve and winner of Brody King.
Brody,
which is this week. So
yes. So yeah, that is your AEW Dynamite.
Dynamite is tomorrow. I did want to mention, because I don't think we have mentioned it, but Sari versus Sky Blue is this week. And, we had mentioned that Sky Blue is going to win the Owen, according to Tech League.
100%. 100%.
But Sari was interviewed by Masahiro Chono recently for Tokyo Sports, and she confirmed that her neck isn't quite back to full strength yet. Because of that, she is traveling with her Spark Rush partner, Takumi Iroha. Aroha. Okay. I knew I was going to screw it up. I knew the last name. I'm going to mess this up. She'll be at Dynamite, and literally she's not sure if her neck's fine from what Cerise said, so she's going to get checked by the AEW doctors, and if she is unable to compete, then Iroha will step in as substitute for the tournament. So maybe Sky Blue will win.
It's kayfabe, brother. It's kayfabe. she's she's just gonna roll in there, take a shoot brainbuster right on the dome and get up like nothing. Don't you worry. But can you indulge me in just approximately 60 seconds for a little collision minute, perhaps? We gotta come up with something that's not that, because that's impossible and we'll get sued.
Okay. Collision minute.
Great. On this episode of AEW Collision, coming to you from Youngstown, somewhere. I don't know exactly where Youngstown.
Virginia, right?
It's in Ohio, I guess, or Virginia, or whatever. I don't know. But we open things up with a title match for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships. It was the champions Divine Dominion going up against the returning TJ. As you will know, if you watched the Double or Nothing buy-in, TJ made the return with Anna Jay wearing a t-shirt that said sex on it. She did not come out to this title match with the sex shirt. And maybe that was the beginning of the end for TJ here. Maybe that was the sign that they would not, in fact, be winning the AEW World Tag Team Championships. This was very short and not particularly eventful. As always, Divine Dominion have really great, big, sort of Titan double team moves that look awful to take. Anna Jay and Tay Mello, both I have seen somebody refer to as being very unfortunate wrestlers, and I concur with that statement a little bit. So maybe next time. Then we get a bunch of video packages that I don't really care about, and then we get into another squash match here with none other than the leader of Shane Taylor Promotions, Shane Taylor himself, finally getting the call up from Ring of Honor to take on the returning Alan 5 of the Dark Order Angels in his grand return to AEW. Big five heads. Let's rise up here, huh?
How many big five heads are there, do you think?
And I'm looking at 2 of them right now. You guys wouldn't shut up about Alan 5 Angels.
I don't think we've said a single positive thing about Alan Angels on this podcast, actually. I don't know.
I did say when me and Cooper were at the fucking movie, I was like, "Hey Cooper, look at this! They brought Alan Angels back on the AEW." Like, that's what he's talking about.
I guess there's one big five head.
Yeah.
No, I just thought it was interesting. Still think it's interesting.
Kind of. I mean, it's interesting the fact that they did actually mention that he was in the company before. They mentioned his former AEW win-loss record, which was higher than you'd think it was. But of course, Shane Taylor is a much bigger and better wrestler than Alan Angels has been or will ever be. So he hit him with the Marcus Garvey driver and then proceeded to get on the microphone to call out the Death Riders.
Yes.
In what I thought was a very good promo, where he calls out John Moxley specifically. He wants him to rumble, bad man, rumble. Mm-hmm. So, I do look forward to the John Moxley Shane Taylor match. I have been a big fan of Shane Taylor for a long time. The rest of STP, I can kind of take or leave. Lee Moriarty's good sometimes. The infantry are kind of whatever. Trish Adore's good, but she barely gets a chance to wrestle nowadays. So, but Shane has always been, I think, really consistent and really good. So, Unfortunately, he then decided to get on commentary for this upcoming trios match that we had between the Death Riders and Shane Taylor Promotions. This was the team of John Moxley, Pac, and Claudio Castagnoli versus Lee Moriarty and the Infantry. And this match was really, really good. Almost was a match of the year for me. Had specifically a couple things happen. One, I am not a fan.
I know what you're about to say.
At all of this Christian XO character.
Okay.
That Shane Taylor Promotions has added into their ranks. I do not know what she adds to this group other than making for more interference spots that I am not into anyways from anybody. Also, Shane Taylor, God bless him, very good promo, not a very good commentator.
Okay.
So that is a point away from it. Way too much Carly Bravo in here for my liking. Of the Infantry, which as an act I am middling on. Sean Dean is kind of my guy there.
Yes.
But Carly, I think people think is more charismatic, and so he gets a lot more kind of like moments in these matches that I don't think he should get. I don't know. I thought the match was fine. If it leads to more, I guess Moxley Shane Taylor interactions, I'm fine with that. But I'm cool on a broader Death Riders STP program. I don't know that I need that really in my life.
Well, you didn't mention the one thing I thought you were going to say you weren't a fan of, so I have to ask, how do you feel about the Bronco busting Cap?
Oh, I fucking don't like that shit at all.
I was going to say, I was waiting.
We can get rid of all Bronco busting in general, I feel. Quite frankly. Not a match for me, but whatever. Then we get into another short and sweet one here with the Psycho Killer, Tommaso Ciampa, taking on, in all caps, Beef.
Returning to the AEW Collision screen.
Was he Anthony Henry's cousin or something? Is that? Am I making that shit up?
Sorry, you cut out for me.
Oh, was he like Anthony Henry's cousin or something? Yes, that I knew I wasn't making that shit up. But Beef, oddly, and commentary made a note of this, looking a little leaner these days. He's still a big boy, don't get me wrong, but he has trimmed ever so slightly. This is very short, and Ciampa, of course, hits that horrific-looking bicycle knee to get the win, and then he gets out on the mic and cuts a promo towards Jericho, who I failed to mention previously that he is in a program with right now. So that is some dog shit that I don't care for. But I will say the promo here I thought was very funny because Ciampa has Beef on the outside, and he has put him in the lion tamer, and he just will not let go of it. He yells at Tony Schiavone to bring his stupid little microphone over to him, and Schiavone obliges, and Ciampa yells at Schiavone to say that he is better than Jericho, and Tony Schiavone reluctantly says that Tommaso Ciampa is better than Jericho, and then he finally lets go of Beef and he grabs the mic from Shivani, and he says, everybody hear that? Tony Schiavone said that I was better than Chris Jericho, and he's 100 years old. And so, I thought that was really funny. So, maybe this program will be worth it if it gets more, Ciampa freaking out kind of clips from it. So, then we had a backstage segment here where Shane Taylor and Trish Adora, who I previously mentioned, very good wrestler. I wish she got a chance to do more cool shit. Take out Wheeler Yuta backstage, and they proceed to say basically the same thing that Shane said in the ring, which is that they wanted to see how Moxley rumbles Batman Rumble. So then we had a pretty okay match between 100 Proof Clark Connors and the Stray Bullet Juice Robinson, Mr. Thekla versus Mr. Tony Storm over here. I guess McGinnis had been listening to a lot of Bruce Springsteen recently, because he proceeded to recite, I think, like the entire first verse of Youngstown by Bruce Springsteen on commentary. The crowd was hot into it. They were really into Juice. Connors, though, hits the spear after a shillelagh shot from David Finlay on the outside. And then the Guns and Ace Austin proceed to run in to save Juice from the Dog's assault. Hey, big question here. Is there a faction that has lost aura points more dramatically than the Bang Bang Gang in AEW? Because if there is, I struggle to think of one.
Really, honestly, they could not have picked a better time to have these two feud with their most fucking neutered versions of themselves. These factions, I mean,
so
just
true.
absolute like the
because this is the Bullet Club versus Bullet Club Gold feud that we.
It is. It's the fucking Bullet Club. Yeah, that they were thinking might happen right after Jay left. Yeah, I mean, really fun to strike when the iron is just absolutely freezing ice cold.
Now,
New Japan knows that well, to be honest.
Cooper, I have to ask, did you see Juice's backstage promo after this?
Oh, did you see this?
Oh, no, I don't believe I did.
So, I'll just quote the man. You just need to watch it to explain it, but basically simple, he was very mad at David Finlay for sticking his nose in his business, which may set up the Fin Juice explosion again. But
That's right. The deep lore.
He said, I swear, if you ever come after me again with your daddy's little wooden sex toy, I'm going to take it, will it down so thin, it's going to fit right up your urethra.
Right.
He said more than that.
He said he wants to give him syphilis to David Finlay, is what his direct quote was.
Yeah.
It was like, I didn't watch Collision. I watched like the main event of Collision, and I was like, what could have happened? That Juice Robinson says he wants to give David Finlay syphilis. Like, I just...
nothing to justify that, really. But, work for the program you want, not the program you're in, I guess.
Yep.
Then we get some announcements about the TBS Championship Survival of the Fittest match coming up. This will include a wide field of competitors, including Hikaru Shida, everybody's favorite, Chris Statlander,
Stat Daddy,
everybody's maybe actual favorite, Mina Shirakawa,
Everybody's favorite.
Harley Cameron.
Everybody's favorite.
Queen Aminata.
I'm not going to say anything because that is actually everybody's favorite. So
everybody's actual literal favorite.
Literal favorite. This is the real. That's a real one.
Yes.
And say best for last.
Zeta Steel.
Everybody's favorite. Wow, what a field.
Get hyped. Clap. Get into it.
Clap for Super Max.
So survival of the fittest once again proves to be the best stipulation in all of AEW. Jon Moxley has accepted Shane Taylor's AEW Continental Championship challenge, by the way.
What?
Yes, so I believe that's set for Summer Blockbuster just tomorrow, I think, on Dynamite.
Good for Shane Taylor. I've liked Shane Taylor for a long, long time, since I used to watch ROH.
Making big moves. Then we had a World Trios Championship match. The champions, the Conglomeration, against La Facción Ingobernable, consisting of the failed AEW World Championship challenger, Roosh, and the current ROH World Tag Team Champion, Sammy Guevara, and their little buddy, Drolistico. So, this match was actually, I thought it was pretty fun. I hate that La Facción Ingobernable lost, but at least Roosh did not take the pin. That is what Drolistico is for. So, but but call me crazy if you want, but I thought that Sammy Guevara was really entertaining in this match. I thought that he played his role quite well, as a little shitty bemustached heel. So, maybe I'm a madman. maybe I've been broken.
Sounds like you have. Stop trying to make Sammy Guevara happen.
Oh, I don't think they should make him happen, but he's fine where he is, I think. Yeah. And then in the main event of this edition of Collision, for the Owen Hart women's tournament, another quarterfinal matchup, the CMLL Women's World Champion Persephone against incoming Stardom representative in this tournament, Hazuki. And in a perhaps shocking turn of events, Hazuki is going forward and is gonna face Mercedes Moné.
That is true.
That is true. Persephone, by the way, I don't know when she got a black eye, but it looks pretty cool, actually. So if she wants to keep it, like in kayfabe with, like, I don't know, some makeup or something, it gave Hazuki a kind of point to target, and I thought they worked pretty well. Persephone is not really being featured super heavily on AW programming since signing her double contract with them in CMLL, and you could really have gone either way in this one, and I think it would have made for an interesting matchup with Mercedes. I mean, obviously, she has more history with Persephone losing that CMLL women's title to her earlier in the year, but the Hazuki matchup is, I think, like really I don't think they've ever faced each other in the handful of New Japan or Stardom appearances that Mercedes has had. I could be wrong about that, but
you're wrong.
So it's been long enough.
You're wrong.
Okay,
because they had a very, when Mercedes first came back, I think to AEW a year or two ago, they had that match at New Japan Strong Show that was really it was a match of the year, one of the women's matches of the year. You remember that match, right, Jack?
Yeah, the matches between Monet and Hazuki are sort of I mean, yeah, that one at Strong Style Evolved was very popular.
Yeah.
Is that the only time they faced each other?
I think it's the only time they faced, but they definitely faced before.
Okay.
It was like
I'm getting confused. Yeah, no, they did have a big match at Strong Style Evolved a couple years ago. And then I'm just getting confused because there was that one three-way that she had with Azumi and
it was Suzuki
whoever
again.
the fuck else it was. No, it wasn't Hazuki in that one. Was it Hazuki in that one? Because that's what I was thinking, but I don't think it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had their match at Strong Style Evolved. That was like a 4 3/4 by Meltzer. It's like a 9 point something on cage match, and then I'm pretty sure they then they had the 3-way at the next or they had the
No, yeah, you're right. So yes,
the 3-way was at Sakura Genesis, and that was in 2023, where Mercedes beat both
so that was first.
Hazuki and Azumi, and then they had the match at Strong Style Evolved, which I think Mercedes won that, right? Obviously, I don't know why she wouldn't have.
Yes, yeah, she dropped the title finally to Mayu.
Yeah,
who is we curse her name forever for where she is right now.
And that was 2020. Was that still Scapegoat in 2024?
2024, yes. So 2024, that Strong Style Evolved show was actually the one where it was main evented by what was it? It was fucking Tsuji and Shingo versus Perry and Takeshita.
No. It was main evented by Mercedes Suzuki. They were the semi-main.
Oh, well, that was okay. Sorry, I guess that's me being.
Well, that's why I went and looked at the card and I saw Jack Perry and Kenosuke Takeshita, and I was like, that can't be right.
Well, I don't know if he would have. I mean, he would have been scapegoat, he would have been the scapegoat Jack Perry, but that would have been a little bit past his actual house involvement. The reason that match took place is because it was a preview tag for the match that became the bane of Cooper's entire trip to Tokyo.
Yeah, because that was the end of 2024, and that's what led
right
to the worst match Cooper's ever seen live.
Yes.
Oh my god!
You know what else happened? You know what else happened there, Logan?
What? Gabe?
This is real life lore, not show lore. But that was the night where my car broke down, or my tire exploded, and then led to you eventually having to pick me and my buddies up.
When I drove an hour to Montgomery to pick you up. Good times.
That's what a Leo Rush versus Hechisero match on this card.
TJP beat Fujita, Kushida, and Clark Connors in this card.
We were in hell.
Um,
I think. Oh my god, this was a very important show. This was also the show where Dangerous JAY debuted in fucking New Japan Pro Wrestling,
and he beat Hiromu and Titan in a tag match.
Yes.
This is an awful show.
Moving on. Sorry. Matt Vandegrift versus Zane J. Strong Survivor. I think that was when Zane J won.
You were so hyped up for that one.
He got genuinely excited for that.
Yeah, I know.
Zane J is getting good, man. He was doing some. He's good. I like him.
You know what's crazy is as you guys
crazy?
were running down all that and talking about how I was a dumb piece of shit for not remembering that Hazuki and Mercedes had
fuck you, Cooper.
each other before. I realized exactly why I totally fucking forgot about that. Is because Hazuki has red hair now.
True. Yeah, it is true.
She looks entirely different.
I had mentioned this last week because she didn't watch Collision last week. And I want to say also, I want to apologize. The way I said no is very condescending. And I did not mean it in that way to make you seem like you're a dumb idiot or something.
No.
But
I deserved it.
Last week, Hazuki's render is is completely inaccurate. I don't know how many years old that render is, but she doesn't look anything like that render. She has very popping,
whole new gear, whole new appearance,
red hair, just looks like a completely different person. So like that's fair. That is fair. Because whenever she, I haven't watched. I think the last time I watched a Suzuki match was FWC wrestled in like Sendai Girls, and I don't even know if she had the blonde hair then. She didn't have the red hair.
Yeah, she's had the blonde for a little bit, but yeah.
But going back to Collision.
I mean, that's the end. That's Hazuki wins, and
Mercedes beats
Mercedes
her up.
came out and beat her and beat Persephone too.
Yeah.
So I think we are probably still going to get that Persephone rematch down the line, but it will not be for the Owen belt, the prestigious Owen Hart belt. So yeah. Moving on. We want to catch another trip over.
It's time. Take a flight.
Let's flight on back. Yeah. I thought about doing a little women's focus before we get into it. Frankly, there's not that much to talk about in the conversion. I might save for next week when we're a week away. And we're talking about Dominion anyway. So we'll save the Stardom focus for next week and leave this for just a very long, extra prolonged crash out. Best of Super Juniors finals happened, and Logan Hurston put a curse on it last week when he said that he was afraid that Yo was just going to win out and then win the tournament. And we all joked and said there's no way that would happen. Yo is washed. He's in the semis for no reason. That didn't happen. June 5th in Gunma, Yo fucking went and tapped out, pitched out, really, Master Wado, and beat him with his mentor's own move, the Anaconda Rice.
In front of his mentor!
In front of Tenzan, yeah, in front of Tenzan himself, who is going to retire knowing that Wado will never be.
Oh, that makes it even worse.
Called me.
He is retired.
Logan went and called me. It was after the Yo win, it was after this match, wasn't it? You called me.
Yeah, I think it was after he had not officially won yet. Because I was like, oh my god.
You were like, he's definitely going to.
Because they repeat last year's final where Fujita wins, and I'm like, there's no way that little freak is going to let Fujita beat him in back-to-back finals. I was like, he's going to politic his way into winning.
Yeah, well, yes, that did happen. I asked Logan when he called me after that match. I asked him, Logan, do you think he will ever be the Grand Master? And Logan said, not until he's completely, past his prime and has missed like a million chances to where he's cooled down significantly.
Until he's Tenzan's age.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, I was like, no, and then I'm like, no, he will. It's just gonna be like another 6 years. He's gonna have to turn, brother. You got to get close to 40 before you can sniff that title.
He's got to be 40. He's got to be about 40 before he can be the fucking guy.
You light my fire. That's all I think when I see Yo, brother.
God, dude. Wado PMO, man.
Like,
because I really want him to be successful, and for some reason they just do not give a single fuck about it.
Two things. One, and I told Jack this before, I am the greatest. I was so mad when Robbie X beat Fujita. Like I said, I'm not going to watch the rest of the tournament. Little did I know, Robbie X saved me. Because if I would have watched the whole tournament and then Yo would have won in those final days, I would have never watched a single minute of New Japan for at least 3 years. I would have not watched anything if I would have wasted that much time for that conclusion, right? So, me quitting was, the best thing. Two, and this is the main problem I have with this promotion, is they give you long-term booking. They show you the option. They show you what you want and make it cool. And you're like, wow. Even though it's a little predictable, this is the best option. And they go, you stupid idiot. Why would you ever believe we would, make sense and book well and book a satisfying conclusion. Like, even if Wada would have lost in the finals,
they get so close to the right answer, and then it just doesn't happen.
Like, how do you tap out to Yo using your mentor's move, brother? You've been putting that move more than anybody else. Like, it's just...
I'm going to get to a lot of things that annoy me about Yo in a second when we're talking about the actual final. But this is a good time to talk about one of my big gripes with Yo and the one-man chaos gimmick. Like, it's stupid wrestling rules, right? None of it matters. But to me, it's important. Like, it's an important pro wrestling rule, and I think you guys will all agree that you can steal, like, as an homage or as sort of a mockery, someone else's finishing move, right? In a heated match. But you're not, it's like sort of an unwritten rule that you're not supposed to be as good at it as the actual practitioner of the move, It's not supposed to be like a winning move. Like, I know it's stupid, bullshit, but it's true, and it's an age-old thing. For whatever reason, it just annoys me that fucking Yo does all the moves and, like, uses them as finishers. I just think that's dumb. And kind of... it just devalues them to me. Like, how is Yo a master of all of these finishers? I don't know. That's just a little nitpicky thing, but it really did bother me in this tournament. Yeah.
He could, in theory, beat Kenny Omega with the one ring Daedalus.
Yeah, he could. Because Jesus... who knows what Yo's capable of at this point? It's like, what's annoying about Yo's tournament run, I haven't mentioned this because I haven't cared that much about his matches, but he's done this in like every match. He's won with a different move. He's won some with roll-ups. He's won some with like the sort of mirror moves, but he hasn't won with his fucking move at all until the final. He hasn't won with the direct drive the entire time until the final. And it's just annoying as hell to me. I don't know why it gets under my skin so much, but
I'm gonna lose.
One of the stupidest parts of it.
I hate you, Cooper. I hate you so much. Why do you have to put that thought in my mind? He could theoretically beat Kitty without It's taking... my parents are asleep. It's taking everything in my power not to yell at you through the screen. Oh my gosh. I just can't believe I guess, the domestic crowd, they love this guy, and we're wrong, Jack.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. That's okay, because I want to talk about other stuff first, but we don't have to. We talk about. Go ahead. I want to build up to it. On the same night, Jose Fujita defeated Robbie Eagles in a really fun, heated match. Fujita's still the GOAT. He's really honing in on this like smug, freakishness he's always had. He's he has a reason to be confident, which makes the matches more exciting. In the final, Charlton had a really fun call to me where he was like, Fujita was, sort of bullying Yo and doing his smile with the mouth guard and everything. And Charlton was like, I don't think Fujita's approaching this match any differently than he did the match with the guy. That's how I want Kosei Fujita to be. So that was cool. I think we had the actual final show in Ota City General Gymnasium, or I think they said that the name has been changed. It's now the Abara Wave Arena. So no more Ota after all this. Still the same venue. Mm-hmm. So opening match was a Young Lion showcase. Matsumoto, Yoshidashi, Goto, Taisei Nakahara, Mastoriasta, Tiger Mask. Watch that. I'm sure it was fine. But then the most monumental match on the entire card happened, where El Phantasmo made his return with Jado and Shota Umino to take on the United Empire team of Francesco Akira, Jake Lee, and Jacob Austin Young. It ended with the mad... well, I guess really not the Mad Bastard, the silent jester, the clown prince of United Empire, who now comes out with that plastic clown mask every match that everyone in the crowd also wears. It's a very good gimmick, guys. It's a very good. He decided to go after Giotto, and this crazy bastard who only cares about anarchy, I suppose. he, he went after Giotto, and then
Perhaps he
yeah,
cares only for
society too, maybe. He hit Giotto with the face breaker shot, and then picked him up with the after he picked him up at two, to inflict more damage, and tapped the poor old man, with the guillotine choke. And El Phantasmo got so upset he ran into the ring to save Giotto, and then the United Empire swarmed ELP, and I'm sure for some reason Shota wasn't able to make the save. I'm sure they attacked him, but I can't remember why. So maybe Shota just didn't care enough to help here. I can't remember. Either way, ELP got swarmed, and then Jake Lee hit him with a face breaker shot while Jacob Austin Young and Francesco Akira held the steel chair over his face to make it extra painful. And ELP took to backstage after the show, or after the match rather, very furious. And he said that he wants to settle the score with Jake Lee at Dominion in a Falls Count Anywhere match in Osaka-jo Hall. And guys, I could not be more excited.
I mean, it's probably going to be match of the night.
It might be the match of the night.
Yeah. The Knockout Brothers exist, man. They're fighting Holy Seaman Army on that show.
Yeah.
Oh, true, yeah. That's going to be fucking good.
Where my brothers
I
at.
love Jake Lee. I genuinely like the bit is not a bit. I love Jake Lee. I think that he is one of the most entertaining comedy, even if he has just become a comedy guy. I think he is one of the most entertaining comedy guys out there. I actually think he's really found a spot for himself. He's super fun.
But
Up
again,
next,
you have to remind yourself, who is Jake wrestling? And that is...
Yeah, I mean, it is ELP. It is one of my sworn enemies. I'm hoping that Jay gets a.
Go ahead, Cooper.
I'm glad that we've got the Gorillas of Destiny back.
I know the fucking God, ELP, and Giotto.
Yeah.
The legacy.
Ain't nobody
GOD.
really.
You might be getting Tongaloa back.
No,
Bro, imagine if it's because it's anything goes. Like, he comes out with the Gorillas Destiny face paint. The famous thing that ELP always comes out with.
Yeah, time to go to war.
He should definitely.
Gorilla
and him and Jeff Cobb can
tactics.
team up. And
What?
That would be awesome if Jeff Cobb comes back, but instead of joining United Empire, he goes and joins ELP and Giotto, God.
It keeps the makeup.
There you go.
Yep. Then
He's already an honorary Tongan, I guess.
He is the honorary Tongan. He is a part of my family tree. There's this good solo clip I saw on Twitter this week where he was getting whooped by Priest at a house show, and he ran over and sort of reached for a fan across the barricade, and he was like, "My man, help me!" It was grabbing one specific guy's hand. I thought that shit was funny.
Before you continue,
the only wrestling podcast where you will hear us talk about good solo clips.
That's the only Fed content we talk about the whole show too.
Yeah.
I think we are the few solo positive podcast.
He's so funny, man. They got to get him into somewhere else.
I have some kind of New Japan related news I wanted to do before you continued on.
No, please do.
Evil, now known as Naraku, is the number one contender to the NXT title. So we're getting that title, and he did win by interference, so the gimmick is alive and well.
That's so exciting.
And then I saw this, and I had to say something. We all know who Brooks Jensen is, right? It's the guy
Yeah.
who posts.
I am very well aware.
He posts all the memes of like him watching the tapes. Well, apparently he wrestled Naraku
I saw this
on a palm tree loop, and he posted like the image of the match, and then he said, "I will test Naraku's fighting spirit," and he posted a clip of Kabashi versus Misawa as the next thing. As
Oh my God.
him versus that is the funniest thing I have ever seen, dude. I'm sorry, that's
That is
hilarious.
He
I have not seen that.
he also posted a clip from the match.
Oh, I didn't see this.
Where he said, hitting a shining wizard like Mudo-san. Where he hit a shining wizard on Naraku. Yeah.
That's hilarious, dude.
He is real life
stand
Ken
this.
Sama.
I can't stand this white boy.
Third match we had just sort of a big tag showcase for a bunch of people in the tournament. It was some of the outsiders, Valiente, Nick Wayne, and Sasaki, along with Taguchi and Wado versus a lot of Unbound Co. folks. Daiki Nagai, Gato, Titan, Robbie X, and Ishimori. It was just a fun spot fest. There was this one great, back-to-back dive spot, and I really liked it. It was very fun. Up next, we had Hyo and Desperado versus Yoshinobu Kanemaru and Sho. And if y'all don't know, there's been a little storyline brewing on the undercard where Sho stole and put in a cage Hyo's little furry creature. And the House of Torture have been posting on social media for the last couple weeks, taking pictures with the doll. Dick Togo took him to breakfast on his like daily breakfast posts. It's a good gimmick. Anyways, this was a pretty standard, quick tag match that just ended in Despe getting the win for his team and Hyo getting his little guy back. I still don't like him. I hope he does not sign like Daya and Shun do.
I hope he does sign.
Dragongate really needs the talent. Dragongate needs all the help they can get, and we don't need it.
Brother, you gotta have Hyo so Yo can have a tag partner for Junior Tag League. So, the Hyo connection.
I don't want Yo to be in Junior Tag League. I don't want him. He can go to DDT. Oh my God.
Doki
That's
should.
the fun part. He will.
Doki should say if you lose this match, you have to quit and go to Dragongate or DDT. Like I think that's what he should say in one of his promos.
Up next, we have Kushida, Taichi, and Yuya Uemura versus Robbie Eagles, Harley Jackson, and Oiwa. I mean, this is about as good as you'd expect. Obviously, these are 6 fantastic wrestlers, and the Yuya Oiwa feud continues to stay heated. At Dominion, we had an interesting one. It was great preview time with Dick Togo, Yujiro, and against Aaron Wolf, Tobias, and Trent Kasai. And this was a really fun team up. Aaron Wolf and Trent Kasai, they sort of did a lot of fun spots together. Winning the backstage comments after, with Jun even joking that maybe we should enter a tag this year. And I'd be all for it. I think that's a hilarious odd couple pair. Maybe that could get Cooper back in for one tour.
It 100% would.
Yeah, they were fun together. And Wolf is, even though he's not doing it in the way we would have liked, he is doing it subtly on the undercards. He is slowly but surely getting better at that, definitely. I wish, like we've talked about, they were so afraid to have him get better in the limelight. But he is most likely winning that title. So, will have. His moves are getting crisper, and he's becoming more confident, and more entertaining. Really, he's getting better at little stuff like the facial expressions and just the way he moves around. All these things that he struggled with at first. Not saying he's like the greatest in the company immediately, but I think the experiment is going to pay off. I think he's going to end up being something pretty special. Um,
It
then we
was
had
perhaps
oh, sorry.
rash to expect somebody who had quite literally never wrestled before to be the new great hope of the company.
We just wanted anything,
Yeah.
just anything. But I get that. I think he will be something, just a bit longer. Then we have the Unbound Company, Suji and the KOB versus Newman, Great Khan, and Zane J. Zane J came out here with like Roman Reigns levels of wet hair. It was dripping all over his shirt. He had like a sleazy Razor Ramon toothpick in his mouth. And Sarah was like, that guy looks disgusting. And it's funny because I told you before that she said before that Zane J has aura, but I don't think Sarah really remembers anyone.
So it is a different guy.
It just goes in when it goes like completely out of her brain as soon as the episode is all. Anyways, this was a fun preview tag. I mean, it was nothing crazy, but they do have good chemistry. I think Newman and Suji, and I expect this match to be pretty good at Dominion. I'm also like Logan said, this is also a preview for KOB versus our Holy Seaman Army, and I'm looking forward to that too. I think that that's one of the only matches I'm kind of iffy on, not because I think it'll be bad, but just because I wish that they would have saved the Bishamon match for this one instead. I don't know if it'll be as good as some other recent defenses of the tag titles. But I might be wrong. Nari and Okan just aren't the most consistent compared to some of these other guys, but they might really show up for this. We'll just have to wait and see. And I can't put it off for any longer. Here is the Best of Super Junior 33 final, and here's what I have to say about this. Yo came out wearing this like weird sort of Magic Mikey Playboy gear he's got on. I am not bothered by Yo's whole aesthetic. He is not too gay for me like Yo is. He is the perfect amount of gay for me. I don't I'm not upset about that. I think Yo should keep doing what he's doing in that regard.
Chat, clip that.
Kosei Fujita came out. Yeah, what? Fujita came out. This pissed me off too because Fujita's lost another match where they gave him like this big special entrance because he came out with a whole like dance troupe doing his new like Japanese Young Punk theme song. And he came out with him like on his shoulder, like Nakamura at that one Wrestle Kingdom style. It was super badass. Nice. You should go to watch it if you haven't. But as the match went on, I started to realize something. Like, and I really wanted to give this one a chance because I love Fujita, and I don't think Yo is like actually a terrible wrestler, just a wrestler with bad tendencies. But dread sort of came over me in the first 10 minutes of this match as I realized that I had seen this match before, and it was the exact same one that they did last year. They did the entire fucking shtick again. They did the entire thing again, but did it worse this time because they did more of the goofy, imitation spots and less real wrestling. And they got Fujita to fucking join in. And it's like, the one-man chaos shit just sucks. It sucks. It's such low-hanging fruit in this company. And it is. Logan, I laughed at it at first, like, of course it's not so bad. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that you're pretty spot on with the Jay comparison. Not, like, because he's actually that bad, but because they both represent the same, just, like, mindlessly playing TNO like the crowd's worst sensibilities, just like Jay does with his yeet shit and the catchphrase. It's the same thing. Yo has completely neglected like any interesting, in-ring work in favor of just getting everyone to pop at, hey, I remember when Shinsuke was in New Japan. I remember when Okada was in New Japan. He even did the fucking he did the he did the Okada flapjack, and then he went and he did the fucking middle finger rainmaker pose and did it he held it for so long. And I was what was that? Sorry.
Incredible.
I know, and the crowd was like, "Oh my god!" And Charlton was like, "Oh, we don't want to remember that, Okada." And he held it, the fucking middle finger, for so long, just laughing. And I was like, just wanting to tear my fucking hair out because this is the best of the Super Junior final, the fucking final of the second most prestigious tournament in the company. And we're doing fucking Don Callis Okada bits in the main event. Oh my god. And it's like, it's just so, it's such, it is like, I mean, that's it. What I said is it. It's low-hanging fruit. It's low-brow pro wrestling. And, I mean, I don't want to sound pretentious, but it really does annoy the hell out of me when it takes over a spot this big. Like, if Yo is doing this in some mid-card, sort of simple babyface versus heel feud like he sometimes does with Show. Like, I didn't mind when he had that one title defense against Doki and was doing the evil jokes, because that was like a funny way to get on the comedy heel's nerves, Mm-hmm. But in the Super Junior final, man, and for him to get another shot against Doki, it's not for me. But I guess it's time we touched on what Logan sort of mentioned, which is that it seems to be for a lot of people, if not me, because this show inexplicably got 3,969 people into Ibarra Wave, which is the most they have done in that venue since the fucking Jushin Liger retirement show at New Year Dash, which was only like a couple dozen more, and it's the first time they've gotten close to like 4,000 in one of their most consistent venues since sort of that golden age. And more recently, even for that big Tanahashi versus Goto match last year, they can't break like 3,300. So this is genuinely a pretty big step up from that, and I didn't expect it. I had no idea that Yo had this kind of a following still. Like, I knew that he was popular, but like I did not know. And I think they're, pulling on the same stupid shit that I mean, not stupid, because it was great when they did it with Goto, but it's the same thing. Like I mentioned, it's like they're trying to redo it, just sort of teasing fans with letting this guy that they followed so long finally get his win. But Yo is not Hiroki Goto, man, and he's mm-hmm. so much worse, and he's I don't know. I'm saying this stuff over and over again now to the point where it's probably not too fun to listen to, but I am seriously not a fan, especially when it comes to like pushing back, another win for Watto or Fuji or anyone else for another year in favor of this. It's just a little bit annoying to me.
My thing about like the difference between Goto and Yo is it's just difference in divisions, where it's like, again, when you're a junior, you have the junior heavyweight title and you have the tag titles, and that's it. Yo for years and years and years and years and years and years was just the tag guy. Him and Show were Roppongi 3K, which is a great team. Mm-hmm. I wish we could go back to that. I really do. I wish we could stick them two together and say, you will never break up ever again, and you will be doing nostalgia for the rest of your careers. And it'd probably be fine. But
he already is doing nostalgia for the rest of his career.
But like,
he's doing nostalgia for bits that he wasn't involved in.
With like,
he didn't even join Chaos until after Shinsuke left the group. Why is he doing the fucking Bomaye in the pivotal moment of the match?
I think it's kind of
you never met him.
But like with Goto, like obviously
maybe he got like slapped around by him as a young lion at one time.
Yeah, maybe.
He was pushed when he was younger. He was given title shots, but didn't go anywhere, and he could go in a lot of different areas, where it's like he could go in the Never Division for a while, then he could do Bishamon, then, there's other titles and stuff he could challenge for, where it's like, bro only has the junior title. And at a certain point, when you haven't won it, it's like, I just don't, brother, you are 37. You are 37.
I know.
And your gimmick is that you are like a young man, which is not true. You are a playboy.
Dude.
Which I do not believe.
Right.
We got the Japanese young punk out-mogging you right beside you, brother. Like,
right.
I don't know.
And then he goes on to the Yano versus Sasadango machine show the next night and has, like, underwear over his face. And it's like, he's about to be the junior heavyweight champion in a few months. Or in a week, rather.
Would you rather him win or would you rather Doki win, Jack?
At this point, man, I really think Doki is sort of finding his niche as a heel. I would not be happy, but I mean, I'd probably rather Doki retain for a little bit longer, to be honest.
You've been crapping over Doki's reign this whole time, and finally it's like, it could be worse.
He's seen the
Listen, man.
timeline.
This, y'all know my tastes. This is the kind of stuff that gets just on my nerves more than anything, is when there's just no substance to the match. It's just the crowd wants to, pop at the stupidest things. So annoying to me. It is annoying in the very similar way that the fucking Yeet Man was for years. Because I see how beloved it is, and I want to, I'm like, like fucking Kathy Bates in Misery. I'm like, are you all crazy?
That's such a wild pull.
That's exactly how I feel.
Oh my gosh.
They cheated us. Can't you see?
It can't end like this. It can't.
But, yeah, I mean, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think it's...
Yo doesn't do cock-a-doodle Rainmaker.
The only podcast where you'll get Misery references in regards to the Super Junior Finals.
That is undeniably true.
It is. Oh my gosh, man. I just can't.
It's dire out here, bro.
You know what's crazy too? Like, I guess, Gato knew. He's like, you're coming off the high of the wedding and the honeymoon. He's like, we gotta knock you down a peg, brother. He made sure you got no more Knockout Brothers title events for 2 straight months, because they didn't do Dantaku. They did the tour before that, so it's been forever. This was the Knockout Brothers. The reminder of New Japan can be good, and they decided to book.
He literally
the worst.
They really have been deciding to make it as bad as possible.
It's just I know, it's just the most, you've really booked something well, and then the last minute you rug pull me.
I know.
Because, just challenge Doki, right before the tournament. This is dude.
He was the most recent one.
This is exactly what happened to Jey Uso, too, right before he won the Rumble. He challenged Gunther literally a week before, and we're like, okay, well, that's over. And then he went and won the Rumble and then won it at Mania.
This is, they were taking notes during that. Gato was taking notes.
Once again, this is why I say I cannot blame Nick Jackson for saying what the dog doing. There's obviously something in the water in professional wrestling that if you make an old reference and you make it your catchphrase, there is a chance you will become the top of your division.
Fucking YOLO.
Let's go ahead and get on some Dominion predictions.
Yeah, let's do the predictions. Reminder of real graps right here, because we're starting off with the my boy Seiya Sanada going into a clearly successful challenge for the NJPW World TV Championship against the visionary who wants to unify the wrestling world in a 365-day G1.
It is happening. It is happening. We are in the process of working out.
It's actually real. Takagi will make
it will
happen.
be in Spirit Pro.
Yes. Yeah. I'm having discussions with Sanshiro as we talk.
I'll let.
No, but seriously, that is the first match on the card, boys. Who are you taking?
You go first, Jack. Champs advantage. I'll go last.
Okay. I actually am gonna go a little bit shocking here, unless not shocking, the same. But I do think Sonata will get a bit of a surprise win here, coming off of the return from injury. He's still taken seriously enough to where I don't think that's that crazy of a loss for Takeshita, and I think that they'll want defending G1 champion Takeshita to not have the shitty little belt during that tournament. So, I think Sonata will take it. If Takeshita does the G1, I assume he will. Especially since it's starting.
Cooper?
I think that Takeshita is probably going to do the G1 this year, and that is exactly why they will want him to keep the shitty little belt, because they actually think that that's like a really good like accomplishment to give him and like raise his legitimacy. They can say in the introductions, former G1 winner, current New Japan World TV champion, Konosuke Takeshita. So I'm going big baby.
I need to stop bringing my own preconceptions of the things into New Japan. It's clear that they just see things differently. TV championship is like the grandest prize you can win.
Yeah.
Well, for opposing reasons, I'm going with the returning Seiya Sonata because the Big Baby just won the international title for AEW, and they do not care about the toaster belt. Takesha's not held it on. He had like one render with it for a Dynamite graphic. He has not been seen with that title. So they're trying to get that title off him ASAP so that we can set up the Kyle Fletcher feud, brother. We are doing no more tours, no more dates until the G1. The Bigger Baby.
Can we also...
Go ahead.
Sorry.
That was the quickest Bigger Baby I've ever heard in my life.
I was just going to say, can we also do a predictions for what Sonata's going to wear? Like, stop.
You're going with what?
Like, stop.
I'm going with I mean, hey, I'd be down for that. It is Pride Month after all. You might as well show off the body a little bit. I'm going with the Milano AT fit Milano Collection AT style fit. What are you going with, Cooper?
Bubble wrap.
Yeah. That sounds a very well-rounded prediction.
Yeah.
Okay. Up next, we've got the aforementioned Falls Count Anywhere match, ELP versus Jake Lee, which I guess could be described as a grudge match set up in one single.
I guess.
Yeah, New Japan is so funny when they do stuff like this. It's just like the most bullshit reason to get a match on the card. The most transparent thing you can understand. Anyways, I am genuinely picking Jake Lee because I think that he's my boy and I'm never going to vote against him.
Cooper?
Ooh. Assuming that Jake is going to be, healthy for a little bit, I think they are excited to have their favorite little white boy back, and I think ELP is probably going to take this big return match.
Give me the Jonkler.
All right. Up next, we've got the also aforementioned Yu Uemura and Taichi, just two guys versus TMDK, Zack Sabre Jr. and Ryohei Oiwa. I think that this was kind of hard to pick, actually. I haven't thought about it too much. I guess I'm gonna go with Oiwa because I think that that would be a more exciting result, and I'm expecting New Japan to be exciting for some reason. I don't know why I ever would. But I'm going to go with them. I think, too, Zach is coming back from a little bit of a hiatus and use the momentum as a ever green challenger and contender.
Cooper.
Man, you guys just made me remember just 5 guys, and I got really wistful for a while there. I forget everything that you just said, Jack. Quite frankly, I was too busy reminiscing on better days of of Doki hair commercials and pictures by Five Guys.
True.
But I gotta go with my boys. I gotta go. The lineage lives on. Just 2 guys all the time.
Yeah.
Young punks grow old. I don't see Tai Chi winning anything ever, so I'll go with TMTK.
No.
Yuya's there.
I know.
To get the win.
But you gotta give Yuya adversity so he can go on that G1 tear.
Damn. Taichi's not even making it into the G1 this year, bro.
Yeah, dude.
There's no way. I hate to say it. Maybe if there's a god, but I don't think so. Up next, we've got an interesting match added late in the game. We've got the current junior tag champions explode in a little exhibition match. El Desperado versus Mystico, and a bit of a dream match between luchadors. I think, obviously, Mystico is going to win. I don't think he'd be doing this match if he wasn't going to win.
If it's an exhibition, is there like a set?
I mean, not an exhibition. It's not an exhibition. I just meant like an exhibition as in like it's just a singles match between friends. It's not like any specific...
I was going to ask if there was like a smaller time limit, because I was like, time limit draw? No, Desperado just wrestled a whole tournament, so he's going to lose. In no way Mystico loses.
Yeah.
Mystico, da 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 da, mi corazón. Mystico.
Alrighty. Then we've got the Never Openweight Championship match. The Wolfman takes on sold out Ren Narita. Get out of my company, you have to go with the big hairy man, Aaron Wolf. I want this title back. I can't stand another second of this fucker on my TV screen. He's the worst.
It's Wolf time.
Wolf time.
Oh God. It's really bad in New Japan right now, because I, of all people, have to tell you that it comes with a push-up bar, and it comes with the guillotine.
Oh my God, the push-up bar!
Shin drop. It comes with a really bad bowl cut that probably should have been cut years and years and years ago. Ren Narita is retaining that never openweight championship, brother.
Warren Cooper. Please tell me that's not true.
That's for shoot, dude.
Oh my God! Oh shit, he's got the results. Oh my God. Up next, we've got that IWGP Tag Team Championship match. That is our beloved Holy Seaman Army, the real shooter Okan and the withholder Hanara versus the Knockout Brothers, Oscar and Yuto Ice, the Great Abstainer.
They really are the yin and the yang. One can't exist without the other.
That is their unspoken gimmick.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I've said for the last couple KOB defenses, that it's getting to the point where you can imagine them losing to pretty much any team. And even though this would be kind of a lackluster one to drop to, still imagine it just because of the big UE push that's still happening. And Newman's about to drop the title, so you might think would give it this. I think I'm still gonna hold myself back in this scenario because I did that with Bishimo and it fell on my face. I wouldn't be surprised if they switched.
Cooper?
I'm going with the Holy Seaman Army precisely because I think that's what's going to happen. And they are obsessed with keeping things relatively even between factions at any given time. Even if you have to take something away, you gain something else. So maybe we'll shoot all over Osaka Joe Hall.
Yeah. I was like, surely the KOP don't lose to something that like hasn't been built up as well because of like, Best Super Juniors. But then I was like, well, they built up something perfectly in Best Super Juniors, and then Yo won the finals. So with that logic, I'm gonna pick the Holy Seaman Army.
Oh man, look at that. Then we've got this weird ass Global Championship 3-way. Shota Umino versus Drilla Maloney versus Andrade El Idolo. I don't even know where to begin with this one. What a weird matchup. Really, the funny thing about this one is that I could see any of them winning.
Yeah, honestly.
Which is so funny for such a, like, weirdly built up match. I think, I've said before, I think this match was intended for Gabe and they just kept it because it makes a lot more sense for Gabe. But then also, I still could see anyone coming out as champ. But I'm gonna go for another kind of. I'm gonna hold myself back again and go for another retain. And I think Andrade might well win this match, do the G1, or even not do the G1. Nothing's ever stopped him from keeping the global or the US Championship previously from being the G1. So I think he's gonna retain for a little bit longer and still be a fixture of New Japan before he sort of ends this run.
The real Latino man is sticking around a little bit longer.
I think that with Andrade increasingly setting his sights on the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, he is probably not going to be sticking around for very much longer. And in particular, I also think that, I don't know, I'm not saying that this is where their heads are at. It probably absolutely isn't. But I think that this is a good opportunity to give Shota a little thing, sort of a test run with a belt that does not necessarily mean so much that you have to make him the new face of the company or whatever, but can give him a chance to consistently have high profile banger matches depending on who you put him up against, and really get some momentum going again, if that is indeed still a long-term goal that they have to build up Shota Umino to be anything at all. So I would have him take it here, but oddly I can just as easily see Trilla just fucking around and getting a Drilla kill a surprise win. So I'm going Shota, but it is tentative.
That'd be so funny if it's Drilla. I don't even hate Drilla. I mean, he's not anything like amazing, but he's not offensive either.
Yeah.
Anyways, up next we've got that IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match, the Doki versus fucking YOLO. I'm gonna actually genuinely pick Doki here, though I will probably be super wrong. It just feels like this is gonna be a thing where especially if they're putting it in the semi-main, it feels like Yo's probably gonna win. But I don't think I can bring myself to pick Yo right now with all the anger I hold in my heart. So I'm picking Japones Del Mal for this one.
YOLO.
I'll lose these predictions, bro. God damn it.
YOLO.
All right. Then we have the main event, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship match, the second in the series, Callum Newman versus Yota Tsuji. One more time right before the G1. I think that this was a reign with a clear and concise goal to try and get Newman over as the new sort of top foreigner as soon as possible after Finley left, without putting too much work into, well, too much effort, I mean, like, by building it up slowly, just sort of being like, hey, now you have to think this guy is legit because he's the champion. But I don't think they have him penciled in as the champion for the rest of the year. I think that he will continue to be an upper carder until that Ospreay blow-off match. So yeah, I'm going with Tsuji. I think that he is much more interesting as the champion in the G1. I think it'll be cool to see a lot of people step to him, in the tournament. And I think if he loses here, then he'd be a top contender to go ahead and just win the G1, which would be kind of boring with how, even if Tsuji's my guy, it'd be kind of boring with how much he's been getting all the accolades quicker than his peer. So I think he'll just take it back, and then it'll be a real toss-up who wins the G1 this year.
I am going with Cal Newman's jeans getting blasted all over Osaka Joe Hall.
Hey!
And the Gene Blaster reclaiming his throne.
Well, I can't say that I've been a great fan of the Prince in his first, presumably only IWGP Heavyweight Championship reign, but we'll see how time plays on that.
I wouldn't be so sure.
I think I would be, but
fair enough.
Tsuji getting another shot, so close to losing it relatively. I don't know. Rings to me as yet more desperation booking, which, I mean, clearly they are not, against. And I mean, I just think it would make it more clear to the audience that, they did not have any long-term plan for Callum aside from just using this belt as an attempt to legitimize him. Which, is maybe the whole point. Really, this main event is indicative of kind of everything that has made me tune out of this company. So you know what? Fuck it. It's threes all across the board. Put the belt on Gene Blaster again, I guess.
All right.
Well, that's Dominion.
That is Dominion. We'll see how close to perfection we got it. Me and Cooper and Jack especially differentiated a lot. And there was a couple where I was on Cooper's side and there was a couple where I wasn't. So it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out. If I'm really right, then retaining. But if I'm swinging and missing, it could be anybody's game.
It is the most diverse prediction lineup I think that we've had in quite a while.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's because, again, this company will set you on a path and then go F you and do something entirely
We've decided, that
different.
nothing is ever for granted.
The only thing I'm 100% certain on this card is that Mystico's beating Desperado. That's it. But with that being said, it's time to hit that outro. Thank you for listening to the Strongest Style, a pro wrestling podcast. That has been it for us this week, but we will be back next week with another few hours of rousing wrestling content. If you want to follow us on social media, you can follow me at BioHerson, follow Jack at Average Darth, you can follow the show at Strongest Style, Cooper doesn't have social media. What could bring any last words?
I could have been watching Lionel Messi in Jordan-Hare Stadium.
That is true.
But instead, I'm here talking about New Japan.
I almost looked to get tickets to that, so that would have been funny. I'm sorry, guys, I can't record. I gotta watch Messi. But you can listen to us on all your podcast players of choice: Apple, Spotify, YouTube. And if you're listening on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Ring that bell, comment, and if you are specifically listening in India, we appreciate you the most. We will see you guys later. Goodbye, mwah, and good night. Bang!